guys, it's Kira again with day 6 of my Juice Fast broadcasts. Okay, so here I am again back in the kitchen. Luckily today, as you can probably tell, my skin is definitely improving. Still detoxing, very stingy eyes, etc. But my skin is definitely much better. Anyway, tonight I have a recipe for you. It's dinner time. I spent the day just trying to take it easy. My detox symptoms expressed themselves at the beginning of the day by I was feeling very kind of lightheaded and lackluster. And then I actually had this exact juice for lunch. For the breakfast I had some orange juice with raspberries, but for lunch I had this juice, and after this juice my energy levels went through the roof and my skin calmed down. So I thought, what the hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So here I am again, and I'm going to have the same juice for evening. I will just bring the camera forward so you can have a closer inspection. Bear with me. Here's my cucumber and celery cleanse. I've got here 1.5 chopped up cucumbers. We've got 1 full head of celery. We've got 1 apple. I may add a second apple. This lunchtime I put 2 apples in, but I also actually ate an apple in between then, just as it is. I just felt I was craving some sweet fibre. So I'm going to try just with the 1 apple. I may put the second in. If this is your first time trying this, I would recommend trying just 2 apples because it was a nice balance of flavour when I tried it earlier today. I've also got here half of a lemon, and closer here I'll show you we've got a small, shallow, tiny portion of cayenne pepper, which is optional. And again, an optional extra which is definitely worth your while is I've got a shallow teaspoon's worth of spirulina, which is a blue-green algae that's filled with protein and energy-giving benefits. I've got over here as well a handful of dill, and I've got here some chopped up avocado I'm just going to have on the side as a snack. And again, an optional extra to add to the flavour, I've got here I'm going to put a couple of slugs of apple cider vinegar. Okay, so here we have it. Let's get cracking. Let's switch this bad boy on. Okay, so we'll start with the cucumber. As I've said before, the cucumber is very cooling on the system and hydrating and cleansing. It's anti-inflammatory, so that's really... Oh, sorry, 1 second. Ow! I washed this recently and I mustn't have twisted this back on right. Do beg your pardon, let's start that again. Okay, that should be okay now. So yes, it's always best, if possible, to keep the skin on the cucumber if it's not been waxed and it's organic, because that does have properties in it as well. I mean, you can even tell by the stronger taste of the skin that it tastes more potent, so the nutrients and a lot of fruits and vegetables lay just under the skin and around that sort of area there. So I'm going to leave the skin on this time. Also, it's quite good to note that if you are using a juicer like this one, like a slow juicer, then it's good to alternate between the high water content produce and the harder, more solid produce. Because what happens if I was to, look, you can see already, if I was to keep on just putting in just the cucumber, then it would start clogging up. It's already kind of clogged a wee bit there, and if you just put the celery through, for example, in this juice, that helps just push it all through, and you'll start to see it thickening up, coming out here, and it's a little elimination process. Okay, so I'll just keep on doing some, again, celery is diuretic and water dense, so that'll help you get to the toilet and flush out this cucumber juice, and and keep you hydrated at the same time. Really want to get in deep and get those toxins out. they don't need to be in your system, you know. Okay, so some apple as well. Delicious, tasty, juicy apple. Sorry, that's fine. So what I'll do as well is I'll just apply. What I tend to do is when I'm applying some of the powder, for example, this is the cayenne here. If I had some leafy greens to add to the juice, then I would have wrapped up the green around the powder and then popped it in the shoot. Now this applies to both types of juicers, and then what happens, that helps with the process and pushes the powder along and stops it getting stuck around the insides of the shoot. In theory, let's see how it works in practice. This is a fantastic juice as well for your centrifugal fast spinning juicer. It'll literally take less than 5 minutes. It's a very easy one to prepare, so you're talking about what, 3 minutes to prepare, 5 minutes at the most to juice, and then a couple of minutes to clean, and you're done. You've got, this should hopefully yield around about a pint, or between a pint and a litre of juice. So that would be your juice for the day if you're wanting to just do a daily juice. So and it's also the ingredients here, if you like, obviously there's extras here if you want to add in the extras like I'm doing today, but the basics, just the cucumber, celery, apple and some lemon, that's the kind of core base of this juice. It's dead cheap, so if you're wanting an effective cleansing, hydrating juice and you don't want to break the bank account, then this is a nice one to turn to. What else will I say about this juice? I quite like that. Did you know that celery, right? I didn't realise this till recently, but see, you know how you get the celery and then stalk with the leaves? Well, the leaves have certain properties within them that balance out the properties of the stalk, so when you actually have the leaf and the stalk together, you get a more well-rounded hit of nutrients. So I thought that was interesting. So remember, and always just the leaves if you can. And I'll just show you here, I've got some dill as well. Now, as I've said before, dill is a very good what's the word, sedative, a natural sedative. It's like a mood relaxant, so can I just chill you out a wee bit, and also, which is, I find it's going to be very useful, because I've noticed that in the last day or so I'm also experiencing another detox symptom which isn't wholly welcome, and that's a detox symptom of smelling. The smell that's coming out of my pores isn't attractive. That's the way I can put it. And also that sort of same taste in my mouth as well. Now that's obviously a fantastic sign, again, because it means that I am eliminating those clogged up areas of toxic areas within my body, and it's starting to release through my skin. So the reason why dill is useful in this sense, if you do want to smell better in general, like everybody sweats and everybody releases smells from their pores eventually. So, and everybody after a while, the taste in their mouth changes. So dill is a really great natural breath freshener and natural, it just makes your pores smell nice. So there's a little tip for you too. As I said, I'm going to just apply a little snack to my evening dinner here. It's just, this is probably about a fifth of an avocado. Again, completely optional. The reason behind me adding some healthy fats to my evening meal is that I know that I've had a lot of nerve damage from inhaling all of those toxins last year, and I did have like some nerve numbness problems, etc. And word, neurological like effects from it. So for me, it's really imperative to make sure that I am doing my best to protect and regenerate my nerves. And if you look at the nervous system and you go online and you have a wee look at the graphs and tells you about the nervous system, all of your nerves are coated with a protective layer called a myelin sheath, and that's to kind of insulate your nerves and to keep the flow, your electrical flow going through your nerves, and keep them in a nice flow. Like for example, like a plug, like obviously you don't need me to show you this, but you know how you get obviously like a wire here. You wouldn't really, it's not beneficial for the wire to be live and not protected with the coating. So very similar thing within our lovely delicate human bodies. So I noticed that by consuming a consistent diet of a small but regular amount of healthy fats and omega-3s can really help strengthen and coat the myelin sheath around your nervous system. So there you go, another bit of information for you. So let's have a look here. Wow, I've been talking for a while. That's very full. So what I'll do is I'll stop this just now and I'll get back to you in a wee second. Thanks, bye bye. So what I'll also do is I need to show you again the spirulina powder. Oops. I need to just let you know that the taste of this powder is very potent. So do not when you open up the bag or the the twisty lids, just be careful not to like inhale a big nostrils worth, or else it might put you off. What I did with the spirulina, I started using this maybe about 5 months ago. I started off just using a tiny wee pinch into my juices, like about half of that amount. This is probably, I quite like this amount, like the shallow teaspoonful within a juice, because I don't think it overpowers. It's very bitter. I mean, it's a blue-green algae. You know what seaweed and things like that smell like. This is kind of like a concentrated smell. So yes, by all means, please just start off small and then work your way up with the spirulina if you're wanting to incorporate that into your diet. I have noticed a big difference with energy levels when I do it consistently. This has been a great thing about this juice fast and doing the YouTube channel actually is it's forcing me to be consistent with my diet. And that's the thing, is like I completely empathise with you if you're going through that yo-yo of up and down and up and down. You get on the wagon and you're healthy for a while, then you fall off, then you feel terrible, and then you get on again, and you never really get into your stride and start really allowing your body to reap the benefits of your healthy decisions. So thank you for staying tuned, because it's helping me stay on track with this juice fast. I appreciate it immensely. So here we go. I'm just going to add this in. Again, it's easier to do when you've got leafy greens. This probably isn't going to work as well as I hope, but so there we go. And you'll notice the difference of colour will start to seep through here as well. Now spirulina, you can also add it to other things. You can add it to soups, you can add it to smoothies. It's really good for like a green smoothie. Even if you're like, say for example, if you really don't like the taste and it's putting you off, if you're using a blender to make a fruit smoothie, you will not taste it within the fruit smoothie if you're just using about that amount or just less. So please get that go and see what you think. What I would say though is that because it's a freshwater algae, it does contain traces of iodine. So if you do have an iodine intolerance or allergy, then I would recommend to be extremely wary about ingesting it, okay? I don't want you to go out and buy it and then take it and then have a horrible time because I didn't say that. So again, as I mentioned before, like, I'm not a professional, I've just done an obsessive amount of research and looking in because my survival has depended on it. As I said, the medical profession hasn't been of any valuable help to me, so it has been a really empowering process, a very hard and challenging and empowering process to learn all of this. I mean, if I hadn't have gotten so unwell, then I probably wouldn't have had the urgency or the inclination to go and look into all of this about diet and nutrition and wellness and health. So it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? You have to hit your rock bottom in order to actually, well, that's how I found out all of this stuff. So it's a weird duality. Anyway, as you can see, this is the juicer finished. Should I put in another apple? I think I'll leave it. I'll stop this just now. And I'll just use my spatula to just feed this through quickly for you. As you see here, I've already got, it's probably about a pint's worth there just now. So this probably is just going to be a wee bit shy of a litre, which is good. I'm very much looking forward to tasting it and drinking it. I'm just putting a wee bit of the pulp fibre in here. Just I do like to have a tiny wee bit of fibre every day, as you've noticed. Like I had an apple today, and I think I munched on a celery stick. I'm just doing little tiny things like that every day because I just still want to have my bowels moving regularly, which they have been. In my first juice fast, I didn't have any solids apart from a couple of accidental slip-ups I actually felt really bad about, which was salad and a soup. But anyway, apart from that, every day I wasn't having like fibre, and I noticed that my bowels had stopped being regular, and I had to take psyllium husk. Actually, bear with me, I'll just show you. Psyllium husk. I had to take this. It's like it's a tree bark, so it's natural. It's like a natural laxative where you apply it. You just take, I think it's like a teaspoon or a tablespoon, and you drink it with water. This is very gelatinous. So you've got to drink it straight away, and then it kind of puffs up and expands in your digestive tract, and it does cause you to run to the toilet quite soon after and for a while. So if you are wanting a natural and more gentle way of expelling, if you're having some bowel problems, regularity problems with your bowels, then I would recommend that. It's not very expensive, it's only a few pounds. Over chemical laxatives. You know, what's the point in going out and taking toxic chemicals when, you know, the toxic residue does build up in your body. So if you can go natural, then it's always better, unless it's really, really serious and it's a clinical medical condition. I don't obviously want to try and put people off the medication that their doctors have set out for them. Anyway, okay. So I was going to apply the rest of my juice. So you can see the difference in colour already. I'll just show you this. Okay, so I'll bring you closer. No, I won't, sorry. I'll just quickly show you a couple of glugs of the apple cider vinegar, and then I'm going to get the juice of half of a lemon and just place it in here and give it a squeeze. I'm finding actually it's quite good to use this this way of just like squeezing in the lemon juice rather sometimes than just putting it through the juicer, because there's certain recipes where I like to tweak the taste of the lemon. So for example, I did a soup the other night and I felt it was too lemony and I thought it kind of took away from the taste. So this is a good way of making sure that you don't go overboard with your lemon. Okay, so let's give that a quick stir. I don't want to keep you, so I'm trying to be fast. Oops. Okay, I'll just pour this in. Ooh, lovely colour. Is it going to fit? Oh, perfect. Excellent. Wow. Who needs alcohol, eh? Look at this. I'll give it a wee taste. Oh, it's really good. And I'm going to have that as a little snack as well. So I hope that your day has went well, and thank you very much for your time. And go get a juicer if you've not got one, and if you have one, go juice. Okay, bye.